Yeah. uh-huh. Yeah. Shit. Grams leaders CC's, pounds. Close cash, close call, close encounter, close up, pounds of leaders of grams, get your dosed up, cut this up and post up, and get dosed up. This for them voted like the move and make the most of. Monday night at 8, I can't wait to set you straight. These opinions and debates for them folk that can't relate. I got to elevate your mind through these signs of the time. Dishing out that medication for that deaf, dumb and blind. And I ain't hard to find, you can catch me in no trenches. I do the groundwork and I ain't waiting on no sense. I be touching on them topics politicians fail to mention. And I don't vote for nobody that ain't got good intentions. I'm relentless for my people and I'm here to make a change. I got that truth serum hooked directly to your vein. Hey, this is for my people, tune in, catch it close up, close up, close up. How close up, grams of it, tune liters of it, close up, pounds of it. Pounds of it, yeah, grams of it, liters of pounds, get your dosed up, dosed up, dosed up, dosed up, dosed up, dosed up, dosed up.
Okay, y'all, here we are. It's Monday. Y'all ain't seen me in a minute, but I'm back. It's Dose, aka Sharpshooter. It's Monday night. It's 8 o'clock. I got Chezzy with me in Layup.
What's going on? What's going on, man? It's your boy Big Mitch, man, aka Sanchez, aka Doobie's dad, man. Welcome back. Welcome back, Carter.
Yeah, the Sweat Hogs. I know about that, Layup. What's up, Layup? Your introduction?
I'm good, brother. I'm not feeling too hot and too good today, so
Oh man.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it low. I'm low profile.
I will say this, man, while you low profiling, that's kind of what I need then, but I'm going to need you to look up some things for me or some names when we get into the topic of the day.
Okay.
But I'm let y'all start off on the weekend recap because my weekend recap is going to be a little bit long, lengthy. So
Mitch got a 2-week recap, don't he?
Man, yeah. I got a couple week recaps.
Yeah, go ahead.
But nah, man. This weekend, I touched on it a little bit. I went to my first Atlanta United soccer match this weekend. Yeah, man, it's pretty tough, man. I ain't gonna hold you, man. Like I feel like, I mean, I'm not a Hawks fan. You know, most people who know me know I'm not a Hawks fan. But Braves and Falcons. I got some catching up to do, man. Atlanta United was lit. That's a whole lit experience, yeah. And it wasn't even like a popular team that they played, but the people are like so into the match. And so my boy Trinidad James, he was like the person who did like the opening, like nail in the coffin or whatever it is that they kind of do to get the matches started off. So it was good to see him down there. Okay. But it was, I took my daughter down there, man. We had a real good time, you know what I'm saying? And Friday, I didn't know, you know, I got invited to a couple of 404 events, and you know what I'm saying, maybe I could tap in and let me know, you know what I'm saying? I'd be kind of thinking I got my finger on the pulse of stuff that's going on in Atlanta, but like at Spot. Bosque on Fairmont Road. I heard they had a little something over there. I got invited to that. And
you talking about the one near Walmart, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, in the Chevron Plaza right there.
Gotcha.
They look like they had a nice little time over there. So yeah, man, 404 weekend was crunk. And one more thing, man, shout out to my my barber, man, my boy straight out of Albany, GA. I think he probably at work, but my boy Bub, man, he cut me up, you know what I'm saying? Y'all see I'm trying to do the Levert, you know what I'm saying, high top fade action going on, man. At least for another month, man. You know what I'm saying? Before I cut this thing on out. But yeah, he cut me up real nice Friday, man. But yeah, definitely, man, that 404 weekend, I didn't know that. I mean, maybe this was the first year that they like actually had it streamlined and planned out like that, but it looked like most of the events were off the chain. I didn't really hear about nobody getting
Rowdy.
no crime. The
Yeah.
dead horse thing was a little wild.
Unalived horse.
You know what I'm saying?
The horsey.
Yeah, the horse.
What up, Artie?
That was kind of crazy. But other than
He
that,
didn't
though,
show up
man,
today, by the way.
it looked pretty official, man, and kind of gave me Freaknik vibes, from watching.
Damn.
Yeah,
Damn.
from watching, man, them people was out.
Oh.
They
Oh.
was out,
Whoa.
man.
Was it Latina Freaknik vibes?
For 404?
Oh, no.
No, I'm
thought
talking
you
about,
I'm talking about the Atlanta United game.
Oh no. I'm talking about little 404.
Okay.
Like it was,
okay.
they did like a whole weekend. Like I said, when I kept seeing people posting, I was like,
Mhm.
wow, when did it get this big? So shout out to everybody in the city, man. Like I said, I didn't hear of anything bad like happening, and everybody looked like they had a good time, man. So it was a cool weekend.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna start with the lightweight stuff. Over this weekend, I pretty much was doing some location scouting. So with that, I just probably take my phone, do a little bit of videoing of certain spots that I felt like are good to shoot film for skits, and then I sent that to a young lady named Nikki Sparks, who is pretty much on the Justin Jackson team, you know what I'm saying, and reaching out to everyone, giving us headshots and things like that. So that was one thing that I was doing. Obviously, still got that challenge going. So shout out to all the BBG, you know what I'm saying. Been exercising still. And all right, so what I thought was going to be a simple oil change turned out to be damn near like a 2 to 3 day experience. All right, so what happens is I'm thinking it's gonna be a little $79 oil change. Now I want to shout out to, like I say, Amber Glave, who works for John Thornton Chevrolet in Lithia Springs.
Shout out to Amber.
Big shout out to Amber, and I'm gonna send her this video. Yeah, thank you. Clap. Drop a bomb on that one time for her too. Once again, we're gonna say her name again, Amber, and I'm gonna let her see this episode. Listen to this episode. But okay, started out, it's gonna be $79. But when I came in there, I got 17K miles on it. So Amber suggested, you know what I'm saying, that I do the 15K package, which was 240 something. So we bumped it up. But I respect that. Nothing wrong with that, because you know what I'm saying, I want to take care of my baby. So yeah, we upgraded. I appreciated that, and then she showed me what it would cost for the future. So I took snapshots of that so I can get prepared. That was very professional. All right, so drive my car to the back. Next thing you know, actually I took it at about 1 o'clock at 1:30. You know what I'm saying? Good timing. I ain't even had that long to wait. And I was supposed to be there at 2, but I came early. Okay. All right, so we get it to the back, and next thing you know, they come out and they say, hey, we need you to come to the back. We can't necessarily start your car. So I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. I'm used to this. I should be able to start it, though. You know what I'm saying? Give it my magic touch. I get back there, and I can't start it. So I'm thinking, okay, I drove my car here. Right. So I know I got to drive it home no matter what. All right, so come to find out, I got a faulty aftermarket key in the beginning from the dealership that sold me my car. So when I get to the Chevy dealership and they service my car like they're supposed to, it pretty much reprogrammed, and now my aftermarket faulty ass cheap ass key does not work, which is why I cannot start my car. Now that's really, to be honest with you, in my mind, that really ain't Chevrolet fault. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't sell me that key. They didn't sell me that car like that. You see what I'm saying? So, but I guess they figured there's some liability because I drove my car there, so I got to drive it back. All right, so now you can imagine how I'm feeling now. I go in for a $79 oil change. It turns out to be 240 something. Okay, cool. Now a key has to be made. Yes. And so these keys, so now I'm looking at Amber like, okay, I didn't come here expecting to pay this much. You know what I'm saying? So check this out. Amber gets to talking, you know what I'm saying? And basically the guy ends up waiving the labor. Okay, so I appreciate that a little bit, So now I'm spending $160 for a key. That's doable. You know what I'm saying? Okay, whatever. All right, so time to find out. We get that done. All right. So now I drive home, right? By the way, it took till 4:30 for me to drive, to get the key and drive out. So now I drive home, and I gotta go get braided up. You know what I'm saying? I got an appointment I gotta be at. Jump out the car, go inside, shower up, come back out. My car won't start. So I'm like, hold up. I just left the Chevy dealership. I got a new key and it's not starting. But my man doing his job he programmed it for 2 keys. So now I can actually push start. I can auto start it with the remote, but it won't go into gear. So now I got a car with a key that works. I can unlock it. I can start it, but I can't drive it, my guy. And it has this message, theft detection message on the screen. And it's saying basically like second key needs to be activated. So now I hop on the horn and I'm talking to I call the dealership and Amber lets me talk to the actual guy that, programmed the key. So guess what he tells me to do? He tells me to basically disconnect the battery and the battery should unlearn what he programmed. And then I should be able to use that one key. All right, so I ain't have the wrench that I needed at that time. So I get in another car, go to AutoZone, get the wrench, come home, and try to open up the battery, get it loose. That didn't work. All right, so now it's like, okay, I got to get this car towed back up there.
YouTube University.
Oh, no. No matter what I did, when I reconnected the battery, it still had that message, activate the second key. I don't have a second key.
Oh, you don't have it.
Exactly. I only got one key.
No. Okay.
So here we go. All right. I got to tow it to the dealership the next day. So now I tow it to the dealership, right? All right. And I see Amber again, right? So Amber's like, oh my God, you're back. Mind you now, I shot a text and she knew that I couldn't start my car up. Now, she decides to call me in the morning and ask me, am I okay? I appreciated that because most people don't have to call you. They'd be like, okay, well, I guess he'll figure it out. He'll bring whatever. And so I was like, well, I'm not really that good because I got to get my car towed or whatever. She said, I tell you what, let me talk to management and I'll give you a call back to see if we can start getting discounts and waive some fees because you have to bring it back. Long story short, I towed it up there. All right, so now here we go. We've already gotten some labor waive the first time. So I understand like Chevy ain't really trying to cut me no fobs and no keys and all this programming for no free. You know what I'm saying? But Amber is making it like we need to do as much as we can for this guy, right? Okay. So she tells me to bring my dealership and all my information, my warranty information from, from where I got my car at, bring that up there. So she gets in contact with them and say, look, this man, she brought it up here today, not yesterday. This man brought it up here today and we can't start the car based off the key that you gave him. Took pictures of it, emailed it to him. So they decided, all right, we'll pay half of it, right? But the slick part of how they got me to pay some more is I have to do the deductible.
Oh, why? On insurance?
I have to pay a deductible to do this because it really wasn't. Yeah, because one, definitely wasn't covered under Chevy.
Okay.
So the other people, first of all, they didn't want to pay it.
Of course.
But since they sold me that janky ass key, you know what I'm saying? They were liable. So they ended up basically paying a lot. But I still had to get 2, right? And I still had to pay the deductible. So with that being said, I didn't really have all that at that time when I just paid my car note, paid my insurance, paid y'all, you know what I'm saying? Paying bills, right? So
I was trying to figure out what the deductible for.
Because
You just buying keys.
man, look here. It had to, they
Am I wrong? Am I missing something?
no, listen, this is the thing.
I'm trying to follow. There's
All
a
right.
lot going on.
Okay, you must not understand how expensive the process is. So basically, the way Chevy does it, your keys, because your fob, if you lose them, they're insured. It's like under the bumper to bumper, the keys will be included because you got to end up paying them $900 for these things. That's why there's pretty much the deductible was involved. They wanted to use some of that because they not gonna pay for all of that. Put it like that. So I'm like this. As long as she did get them to pay something, basically a couple like $600. That's good. That's good for me.
Right.
All right. Now, with that being said, though, I got to get the other one. Like I said, we working on 2. Now, I didn't have that at the time because I exhausted everything I had before.
Right.
So now Amber is like, okay, well, in order for you to drive up out of here, you're going to have to pay this thing. Because, and I'm like, I understand, cool. Okay. So she's like, well, what I can do is, 1, got me a discount, and 2, got me pretty much approved where I can fix it now and pay it later. And so I was like, wow, like you really kind of like going above and beyond. You done called me this morning. You're literally, you know what I'm saying, pulled your managers aside multiple times. The first time to get it to the point where I had to pay the minimum. It could have been $600 the first day. You see what I'm saying? Or more. All that got waived. So I understand, you know what I'm saying, the second time I'm coming back. I ain't have no quarrels with Chevy. So, and basically I just told her, I said, you pretty much made a stressful situation much better because it's a way out now. It seemed like it'd be an easy way out. Fortunately, I ain't cursed nobody out, you know what I'm saying, to flip my lid. I kind of wanted to, and she was like, you have every right to do that to the other dealership, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, nah, the fact that I didn't do anything like that and I held my calm and kept my demeanor is the reason why I got these discounts. I waived some labor, and I got to fix it now and pay it later. And shoot, basically, man, I got approved for like 5 racks. I ain't even need that much. But now I might use that 5 racks and do something with my car. You know what I'm saying? Soup it up some or whatever. What's up, Alicia? I see you.
Yeah, I would have got that help. I would have been cussing 5 minutes into the
See, man. I wanted to be like that, but I'm like, that ain't gonna help me none.
Man.
So. But you know what I'm saying? Shout out one more time, like I say, to Amber.
Shout out to Amber, man.
For John Thornton Chevrolet for making a catastrophic situation much better.
Customer
I'm
service still does exist.
Oh yeah. And to piggyback off of all this though, because I still communicate with her now. Because remember the episodes about networking and communication, well, she knows body shop type people. And then she also has a daughter that's into, like, you know what I'm saying, entertainment, arts and entertainment. And what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? So if she needs some studio time or something like that, I can help her with that. She need a cameraman, I can help her with that. Want to get in some skits, can help her with that or whatever. But it's just interesting to see how she's already saved me some money. And now, you know what I'm saying, she even reached out and gave me like the personal contacts to like the people that could give me discounts on doing body work. So networking and communication, and like I say, being respectful to people and holding your cool can end up paying out for you. Yeah, it pays off. It pays off. So now, and it's kind of like what we're getting ready to go into with a topic. The topic I want to talk about today is status. So like status, first of all, I'll give you the definition to it because I had to look it up, obviously, but it's the relative or social, professional, or other standing of someone or something, like an improvement in the status of women or something, or high rank or social standing. Also has those who enjoy wealth and status. Official classification given to a person, country, or organization, because I'm going to get on some organizations, determining their rights or responsibilities. So, with status, man, comes a lot of power. Doesn't necessarily mean you got status the right way. And, like, what do you have status? Do you consider yourself having status? You do you?
Most definitely.
Okay, all right, cool.
I'm a high status nigga.
Okay, no, okay, cool. All right, I mean, I get that.
Name rings bells and rings.
All right. Okay, cool. All right. Sometimes with status comes like notoriety or fame. Like some celebrities have status, but what did they really do to deserve it? Like some of them, hey, we more talented than them. But like you say, their name ring bells. So with that being said, but would you prefer like status? Are you status without necessarily being popular with it, or you know what I'm saying?
I'm all of it.
You all of it.
I can't walk the street.
Would you like?
I be in the house all the time because I don't want.
You sound like a pimp over there now, man.
Hey.
When I go outside, it's like all traffic stops and shit. So I be like, you gonna stay in the house and shit. Like I would have went to 404 day, but everybody would got jealous because motherfuckers would just been huddling around me and shit. I ain't want. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want nobody to be hot in the streets like that. So I just stay in the house.
Hey man, so
My man.
what brought you your status, man? Is it like experience, qualifications, training and skill set?
Quiet ass nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right, so you okay?
You know, I came out to shoot hot. You know what I'm saying?
See, we never interviewed Lab like this before, man.
That boy is
This man sound like Huggy Bear and shit. Boy, where your cane at in Pimp Cup?
That boy
nurse on that. That's
Oh boy, okay. He going tonight, man.
got in that cup over there, man? What's in the cup
Somebody
over there?
pulled me a shot in this bitch. I ain't expecting to
in
be
the-
like this.
in the
Damn.
cup, boy?
Told the feeding time 8 o'clock. I don't know what it is. Fuck that shit.
Hey, we got comedy hour going.
What
Yeah.
up, Jones? What up, Jones?
Shit, you got the status
It's
of a
the
comedian
beans.
right
Don't
about
trust
now.
Hey, boy, I'm telling you, man. That boy is a mover and a shaker.
That's
man.
right.
trying to tell you.
You know what I'm saying? Shake
So,
and bake.
Some
What
status-
about you? What about you? I'll go
Uh,
last, man. I got a little story behind
Hmm.
status.
Man, like, I think I got low key type status. Other people, I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? I just do me. You know what I'm saying? Well, come with it, come with it. I just look at it like that. But I would say, status, I got respect with my status so that, you know what I'm saying? Some people will put me on to people for certain things and they get good feedback. So I think it's gonna my rank gonna go, it's gonna get higher, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
As I move deeper into what I got going on.
Mhm.
But I don't want to abuse it, you know what I'm saying? I don't even really focus on that. I be focusing on the work that it take to actually get the status. Or how did you get it? You know what I'm saying? Like my skill set, my training. I'm not necessarily, I would say, like highly influential on the status change just yet, but I do influence some people
Right.
in a good way. You know what I'm saying?
You use your superpowers for good.
Superpowers. I'm working on them superpowers in that gym.
Right.
Man, man, it's funny, man. Like, literally, man, just by, I think by a chance meeting, man, like we were in summer school. Shout out to my boy Calvin Favors, man.
Chip.
Yeah, Chip, man, Cowboy. Man, I think probably is the most popular person that I know, like in Southwest Atlanta. So we were in summer school together at Southwest, and he's like a year. I don't know if Chip is a year or 2 years older than me, but anyway, hanging out with a bunch of like older cats when I kind of moved over into that neighborhood. I had only been over there maybe like 2 or 3 years because I didn't literally grow up in Southwest Atlanta. I lived like used to be called Stewart Avenue, but I lived like off of Metropolitan.
Stewart.
Yeah, I lived out Metropolitan, like, you know, I guess my 1st through 4th grade years, and then I moved to the Swats. But man, literally, man, just hanging around people, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of like one of those things where they was like, well, I know if he hanging around him, then you know what I'm saying? They ain't, you know, fucking around with no bust ass niggas or nothing. Oh, can I cuss?
You've already had.
Cussing all
I know, you know what I'm
My
saying?
bad.
Keep going, bro.
I be forgetting, man. You know what I'm saying? I know you two be, you know, tripping, but you know, just hanging around people, man, and you know, just trying my best to be a stand-up guy. You know what I'm saying? Without getting into any type of you know, trouble or you know what I'm saying, craziness going on. Just being a stand-up guy. You know, definitely not particularly having any specific skills that was just gonna like draw people to me, but just being cool, being a, you know, in our little set, man, we, you know, and those knows, man, we're jokesters. So just, you know, being able to kind of joke back with people and meeting people, man. Like I tell people all the time, people frown on this, man. My boy Chris, who does the show with Mooly with the One, my boy Jones, man, he knows that like in our neighborhood, we got certain hangout spots. So you may just sit down to somebody, you get to talking to them, and you know it take off from there, man. You know what I'm saying? And me and Chris, man, we like that's my dog, like he like family. So you know what I'm saying? It just kind of goes from there, man. So it's a lot of assimilation. You know what I'm saying? Being affiliated with different people, it kind of in my neighborhood. I'm not gonna talk my shit like Lab, but.
Hey,
In my
I
neighborhood,
got a question for Lab.
I'm
too,
pretty
when you get finished.
well known. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
man.
Pop my sweatshirt, man. But I'm, you know, in Southwest Atlanta, man. You know, I'm pretty well known, man. Couple of other states and cities too.
If
You know what I'm saying?
Chicago, it's a
So-
whole different story.
Oh man.
So-
They know when I'm coming in.
Take us to the block.
Here go
man.
the thing, Lab. Then, if there ever was a time, who were you before your status, or how were you before your status?
Oh, before.
But
my
you did
status.
say you came out the womb and
Hi,
pinched the
he
nurse
said-
ass or something. You said. Something you did with a
I'm
nurse.
trying to remember back that far.
He slapped the nurse.
Oh, he
ass.
slapped it. Oh, I thought
You know
he
what?
did.
To be
Okay.
honest with you, I got my status. I just talking shit. I got my status in my high school years. I was so young.
Uh-huh.
When I was in high school,
my freshman year was I was like 11 or 12, so I was.
Damn.
And I went through high school.
How you did
graduated
that?
at 15. So what happened was, since I was so young, a lot of the girls was like fuck with me. So we just all hang out, we talk, and then in my junior year, that was when I guess I got my real status because I was we was in the lunchroom. We always had the lunchroom locked down. I remember got me, Kenny Smith. Kenny,
you say Kenny Smith like you talking about
Not me, Kenny Smith. Nah,
Yo, for say,
King Anderson, and then it was
damn, how many?
All the
Wait,
basketball
they all
players
say,
in school with.
bro,
Bro,
I know, man. I'm about to say,
Anderson,
man, was you a
Mark,
hooper?
Mike, and one more other guy. I can't remember his name. We had a lunch table. We just had that table like it was where everybody wanted to
That
be.
was the table.
Oh wow,
It was
okay,
like
okay.
everybody wanted to be. My stoop was already because in Chicago we got the stoop, so my stoop was already popular anyway. But
227 face.
that junior year,
No.
that junior
You can
year,
say it louder, man. He
That
called you
junior year.
227 face ass because you said
You got a
stupid.
stoop.
yeah, the stoop,
Okay.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Not
always
that
popular.
stoop.
The stoop was popular, but yeah, when I got in that junior year, then I graduated that next year. It was I was
Lad,
always
we
popular.
skipped over some important shit though. How were you in high school at 11 and 12 years old?
Well, I had in Chicago, summer school was free,
Okay.
so I went to summer school every year from my 5th grade year all the way up through. Well, I won't say my 4th grade year. It was one of them years, because in Chicago we went through elementary and middle school all at one time.
Okay.
We didn't move to another school until we went to high
To
school.
high school, okay.
So I went through summer school every year. And it wasn't because I was like a genius or nothing. I was like, oh yeah, I will go to summer school because I want to learn
Shit,
more.
it's the
I was
opposite
going
in
to
Atlanta.
summer school
Hey.
because I was hungry.
Oh, I was going
Man,
to
summer
summer
school,
school and I
I
was
I
dropping
needed to figure out
film.
what I was gonna eat. So I
Yeah.
figured summer school give you breakfast and lunch. And when I finally figured out I was getting grades for it, I really started going.
It's the
again.
it's the opposite here.
Yeah.
They cost money.
No,
No,
the
you
opposite,
failing, that's
like
why
you
you're going.
failing, that's why
Oh,
you going
they
to summer
went-
school.
Yeah,
So
y'all
I
had
had
different-
reservations
y'all
for
had
summer
different
school. I'm
versions
just
of
like, I
summer
don't need to
school?
sign me up.
No. It was because you failed, but you could sign up too.
Oh, okay, on your own.
You could sign up on your own.
Oh,
because
nah,
they
ain't
give you
none
a
of
certain
that.
amount
I was
kids
like, ain't
in the
passing
class
this one.
anyway.
Yeah, ain't none of that. Down
Yeah, they
here.
get a certain amount of kids in
Your
the class
ass
anyway.
is
in Chicago,
failing if
so
you go to summer
I
school.
went.
So-
My friends come out schools come outside after 12 o'clock. So,
Oh, okay.
but that
Yeah,
junior year
makes
of high
sense.
school was when I really came out the cage. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So my status came in elementary school, and it started at the book fairs that came. In some kind of way, your boy would end up with all the books, but didn't pay no money, and then would be like, "Why would you go to the book fair and buy them books when you can buy them from me?"
Already an infomercial.
Bruh, when I tell you it took all of maybe a day before I got suspended for that,
Oh, damn.
I was like,
Good call,
man.
too.
So status started right then and there. But I didn't stop there. Okay, we could take it from the school to the stores. And next thing you know, all through elementary school, middle school, high school, here we go. Boom. Just graduated from what I was doing. We went from the candy to the toys, from the toys to the electronics to clothes and all that other stuff. And then boom, here you go. So
Man, oh, go ahead. Nah, man. Before this, Lab, he, joke at me sometime. He get at me on IG like, God damn, boy, everybody. So, man, it was a time. Now, do not get this twisted, man. I have not always been this popular. People don't be believing me, man. Like, I have not, always known people, man. This is like years of friendship. Like, when I first moved to the SWATs, high school, college, shout out to Albany State, man. Like meeting people just like, everywhere. But yeah, man. Funny thing too, since I was talking about my haircut and stuff earlier. When I did move to Southwest Atlanta, I used to be on a basketball court behind the school, behind Southwest, all the time. Like I was out there playing basketball like all the time. And the older guys out there would be like, who was that little Mexican kid? Like, cause my hair is like naturally curly, so like if it grows, it's just gonna grow curly. So the older dudes was like, who's that dark skinned Mexican boy who always be down here playing basketball? And one of the guys just said Sanchez. So that's hence the nickname. Say a lot of people don't know because they be like, why they call you Sanchez? And it's an older guy. He just gave me a name. So basically everybody like over in a specific neighborhood, they was just like, oh yeah, that's Sanchez right there. So that's my affiliation with the name. So yeah, definitely wasn't. So I wasn't hot out to shoot like you, Lab. You know what I'm saying? This is taking some crafting and perfection, man. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I had 5 uncles. They
oh yeah, well you was ready.
They was different, and
You
they was
was
all
ready.
different, all different.
Yeah, you was definitely ready. You had 5 uncles.
So, all right, now, Lab, it's about time for you to go ahead and crank up the laptop for me soon, because also when it comes to status, you got like political status, you got military status, and religious status. So you know where I'm finna start going. All right, first of all, like you got, when it comes to status, they'll say the most powerful people in the world. All right, they got them kind of like the top 23. So I can name the names, and if it sounds interesting, we can look up and see maybe what they have accomplished or what's behind the name. I don't even know how to hardly pronounce this one, but Xi Jinping from China.
He was the prime minister of China.
Okay.
Not prime minister. He was you know how China has a communist country. He was the previous leader, or he's the current leader of China.
I was
Now,
just about to ask, is he current? Like, is he still alive?
I think, yeah. Hold on. Go ahead.
okay. Then of course they got Vladimir Putin is one of them. Now I done heard some things, man, like about this dude. Talk about, it's basically like straight out of a gangster movie. Worse, damn near.
Yeah, Xi Jinping is
Still a leader. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just say Putin ain't no joke. Ain't no kind of joke. No, when I say no joke, I mean, now what this man did was some diabolical shit. To, let's just say, you could have money and status in his country, that don't mean shit. Not with what he did.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Basically, you can get locked up for that if you interfere with what he got going on.
Right.
So that's kind of a power move right there. All right, you got your boy Trump up here. You know, him and Putin kind of talk together. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what they got going on. But I need you to look this lady up for me, Angela Merkel. If you don't already know who she is.
Angela Merkel.
Mm-hmm.
You know who Angela Merkel is?
Man, I don't be paying no attention to this.
Oh no.
I started to do this episode with a ski mask on. Let's just say that.
Excuse me,
because I don't want you to know I know you. You know what I'm saying? But
German politician, retired. Chancellor of Germany.
okay.
Chancellor of Germany from 2005 to 2021.
If you see one for me, Chelsea, go ahead and bring one.
Slick say, I was hot on the block.
Or a
14,
shot or something.
The flyers on the flyers in school, and I was the in crowd. That was Slick say.
Okay.
That was
I can believe that too. Especially with a name like Slick.
Right.
All right, you got your boy Bezos on there. Y'all already know his first name.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to skip number 6 because that goes under the religious status. Okay. I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
I'm going to get to that a little bit later. You got your boy Gates up there. You know his name.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Mohammed bin Salman Al Saud.
Mm-hmm.
You know that's money when your name that long. I can already tell you that now. Some oil, that's that oil money. You know what I'm saying right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Narendra Modi.
Narendra Modi.
Mm-hmm. You know who that is?
I want to say he's the leader of India.
How do you know all this stuff, man? Then we got Larry Page. But I just say that, okay, Zuckerberg is number 13.
Larry Page is the CEO of Oracle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now here's the thing, though. Like, I can name these names like Warren Buffett, you know what I'm saying? Jack Ma, whatever his name is, you know, Christine Lagarde. But the thing is like, just because they have status, it's status because of something that they have, not necessarily like, your morals, whatever, like what they're doing, like I could just rattle off something that Putin did, and I'm like, man, you got gangster status,
right?
And it ain't no peace status. You see what I'm saying?
Do you think?
Mhm.
Do you think, as far as morals is concerned, since you mentioned it, do you think some morals have to be some of your moral status or your moral standings have to be disregarded when you're becoming a billionaire? Do you think any billionaires has
see, now you're talking.
Morally, like
Not in my
like
time. I haven't
anything,
seen it,
except
but you know.
unless it's somebody that got inherited, of course. They ain't had a chance to do nothing yet because they inherited the billions. But I'm talking about somebody who's probably come from the top. Or
I like
somebody
that
who
question,
inherited a certain amount of money,
Mhm.
but then they make, flip that money into billions. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Do you think that's the
Usually, here's the thing, and I say it's possible, highly possible, but I'm gonna say not with someone that's born into the silver spoon wealth. Most of the time, or like, but some of these people now, I don't think they were born wealthy though. But like, okay, let's say with Bill Gates and them.
let's put this to the myth.
Uh-huh.
Bill Gates had a mother who was a doctor and a father who was a lawyer. That gave him
Okay, that's enough money, yeah, right there. Yeah. All right,
Oh,
so
yeah.
okay, yeah,
So
we
that's-
ain't all right.
That's
all
a
right,
good
bet.
startup.
All right, so I'll say this: when you broke, poor, with nothing, most of the time, if you come up with $1 billion, you probably would be more than likely donating and helping and a philanthropist, pretty much, because you ain't never had nothing, so you already know what it feel like to be like that, and it's like
I'm not even talking about giving once you become a billion. I'm talking about on your
moralistic.
ladder to climb the billion. You've done some unmoral
Would you do
things
something
in order to
unethical?
get that extra 100 million.
Ooh, boy, that's tough, man.
What you depend on what you're
Shit,
talking
I
about,
might
man.
do it for less than
It
100.
depends on what you consider
Immoral.
Immoral, yeah, because
Like you bought a whole block of houses and you knew it was 3 or 4 older women on that block who was probably in their 90s or something who had.
no,
paid
I ain't gonna do
taxes
that. I ain't
on
gonna do
it,
that. I ain't
and
gonna do
you took the
that.
house
So what
and
I'm
you
not gonna
put
do
them
is, okay,
straight.
I give it to you like this. On my path to getting this, because I've already tested myself in this field. Like on my path to getting whatever I got coming to me, I'm not going to hurt nobody. I'm not going to take from nobody. I'm not going to do nobody maliciously dirty or wrong. Because one, karma gonna get you when you do that. Two, you're gonna block the blessing. I might not even get to it by doing that. I've already had my moral testing and getting money up out of people. As far as some of the stuff I used to do, I didn't like the surroundings and what it would do to somebody for their job, or what they would lose their family behind this. So I wouldn't do that. You see what I'm saying?
I'm not
Like,
even talking about you. I'm talking about, do you think that there's any billionaires that hasn't had some
Shit, I
moral
think
police?
all
of them probably did something crazy.
You know what I'm saying? At some
yeah,
point,
you know
all
what
of
I'm
them
saying?
had.
And they doing something crazy now.
Whether it be that, what I just said, or whether it be
Yeah, I think
denying their employees,
Yeah,
all of-
yeah,
whatever the case
yeah.
may
Yep.
be.
Yep, I believe
Yeah.
you on that one.
Okay.
Like, but it shouldn't be. That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of these people
know.
got influenced because of the resources they got
I
or the
think
money
at
they
some
got.
point, man, I can't see a pristine, clean road to the top, man.
I know in general,
Shit, me hustle.
capitalism itself on your road to, and this is something I've studied, capitalism itself on the road to making money capitalism itself is an immoral thing. Because anything that you do as far as that's unmoral to make money, they always say, well, that's just capitalism. So capitalism in itself is an immoral thing. I don't think a lot of people realize that. You think about how many people strive for money. They just strive for something that's really, really not worth anything. It's just paper. But they strive for it so hard that they're willing to do anything. I always said in this book I'm writing, I always said, it's amazing the suffering man will put on his fellow man in his pursuit to what he think is happiness. You know what I'm saying?
But see, them people don't even really be happy. If you gotta buy happiness, you ain't happy.
Well, would you rather be happy on Bankhead or happy in France on your private jet? Those are things you have to think about.
It depends on my physical being when I'm on Bankhead and when I'm in France.
Right.
If I'm in France with a toothache or overweight and damn near about to pass, no, I don't care about that. You're gonna make yourself happy based on the dispositions or based on how you are to me, health wise, then financial wise. Because look at it, it's a lot of people out there with money, but they ain't really happy. They going under the knife, or they're miserable and they use their money to try to buy the happiness. They buy other people. You can't tell them
A
no.
lot of it is boredom.
You think what now?
A lot of that is boredom.
I agree with you.
Well,
And
then
I don't
boredom
think
ain't
I
happiness.
don't think it has anything to do with happiness. I think it's more. I'm bored. I want to see what I can get away with.
You know what though, Lab? One real quick thing, and I agree with Lab on this. I have a friend of mine who he actually said that, and he's not. I mean, he literally came. He lucked up. I'm gonna just say, you know, he lucked up, bought some property, and he didn't even know this was like court step property.
Right.
He
That's
ended up buying it, and it just ended up booming. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we were sitting around talking one day, and he was like, "Man, you know, kind of going from zero to pretty much $1 million." You know what I'm saying? And you know, becoming immersed. The only thing that makes him happy is trying to make more money. To find a way, find a loophole, find something to make more money. That's the only thing, you know what I'm saying, that brings him any kind of entertainment. Sure, he don't do shit but try to find ways to make more money.
So check this out though, Lab. With that, then I'll put that same thing back on you. If you say a billionaire, but you did like immoral things to get it, then how can you actually be happy? When if you're doing something that's immoral, then it's actually going against happiness. You're doing something negative and bad, unless negativity make you happy. Because on the inside, sometimes they may be wanting to repent.
It's
or
just
you
harder
never
to sleep at night. I don't think it does
I
not
gave
make you
the
happy.
reason why you could do it. You could just say that's just capital. That's just a part of me making money and a part of me doing what I need to do in order to make sure my company's secure, my family's secure. In the pursuit of money, as Slick says, when you chase money, you never will get it.
Yeah.
But in the pursuit of money, it's like war. Anything goes. It's like when you having a fight, somebody say, "Man, you ain't fighting fair." Who fights fair? You know what I'm saying? That's generally what it is. Like, when you doing that, who fights fair?
That's only because of the importance that society puts on the money. It's because of what you can get from the money. But see, what happens then if you take money out of the equation? How does the billionaire maintain happiness? Or how do we maintain happiness if you take money out of the equation? Because see, that's what I had to understand, and I kind of went over that this weekend. You ain't always got the money for what you need at that time. What you gonna do? Stress out? You gonna lose your hair behind it? You gonna go ahead and stroke out over it? Or you gonna understand that at some point, man, happiness and not being stressed and angry about something just because it ain't happening.
My algorithm been crazy that you bring up the stuff about if you remove money from something. In the last 2 days, I've seen a reel of Donald Trump saying like his favorite foods are meatloaf and McDonald's. And today I saw after a fight they showed Floyd. Guess what he went to go eat after the fight?
McDonald's.
McGarbage.
That's like the craziest thing to me. Like that kind of stuff bring them happiness. They ain't trying to go out to no 5-star restaurant and eat. Their favorite foods are McDonald's.
Well, I
I
mean,
think a lot of times we're the ones who get tied up into that. I mean, they don't have anything to chase. They got it all. You know what I'm saying? It's to the point. You know, when you think of Floyd Mayweather, we don't want to stay on this mic. Then we're gonna move on.
Yeah, I know. I got you.
When you think about Floyd Mayweather and his money, he shows it so much. He has it all, but he still feels the need to show it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who walks around with book bags full of money when you almost a billionaire? Like, who does that? You don't see Bill Gates walking around with $200 million in bags of security carrying around just so he can show it and stack it up on social media, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes you got to see that's a moral depletion right there. Why do you feel the need to show other people who may not even have $5, show them that you got $500 million or $5 million that you just blowing on shoes or you blowing on clothes?
Yeah.
That's an immoral depletion. And a lot of people don't see it that way because we all chase money. We all, he living it up, blah, blah, in the comments talking about how great it is, how wonderful this is. But in our actuality, when you have to flex and show money as you do, as much as he does, or any of them do, rappers as well, there is a moral depletion there that they have not touched on yet. And they may never touch on it because they're blinded by the comments and the high fives.
Well, here's the thing, because with that status is also clout considered the status, juice is considered status, like I say, fame, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of the times, man, you don't understand that a large amount of money is like a drug. It gives you a feeling that, and I tell you this, like your average person, I guarantee you this, I'd be willing to bet 98% of people, if they went to the gas station and scratched off a ticket and hit 50 million, you gonna know it. You gonna know it. They're gonna tell you, they're gonna have a party, they're gonna show it, they're gonna just ball out. You're gonna know it. If every one of us in here did the same thing, you're gonna know. Because I put it to you like this: if I pull up and scoop Mitch, he gonna see something different. You see what I'm saying? So right off the rip, be like, whoa, when you get this or whatever. Now I can say, hey man, that music and stuff paying off or whatever, or you gonna know, he's still gonna know something happened. All right, hit that. But people are there, they mainly just always tell on themselves with it. Like they can't have, you gotta know. What's the word? What's the reason? What's the use of having it if you don't know? That's what a lot of people think. Like,
yeah, that's a broke mentality, though. You know, I mean, well, we've learned that now. You know what I'm saying? That if everybody gotta know you have it.
$1 million is good, but I need fuck you money.
But here's the point. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. though. You said it's the broke mentality, right? Then why are people that can't afford it and people that are broke that are still working always trying to wear the rich shit? Then
Because they still have.
that's a broke mentality to try to. You want to look like you're rich, but you don't have the money for it.
This is true.
So I'd rather have the money and have it, and you see and you notice it.
I'm gonna slide on something, man. I wanna jump on another part of the topic. Do you think having clout, you know what I'm saying, for tying into the status wise, is just important? You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna break down what I think my definition of clout is in a minute. But clout or money?
So, it just depends on what situation the clout is in. If the clout is in the streets, that ain't really about shit. If the clout is behind boardroom doors or something where your clout can get you a substantial contract to make a lot of money, then once again, here we went to the money, right? So, but see, here's the thing. I think it's about the same, because with enough money, you can buy your clout. Okay. You can buy your way into something.
So not even to cut you off, okay? We were having a discussion about some upcoming things that I have going on, right? So, and you can jump in on this too, Lab. I look at clout as like credit to me. Sometimes I feel like if you can walk in a room, pitch a presentation, and people are willing to say, hey, you know what I'm saying, and just give you whatever, I think that's just as important or more important. You can keep your money if you can walk in the room and convince people that, hey, I can do this, I can do this, and they willing to back you. That's, to me, like, that's clout.
So you think clout and my word is the same thing?
Clout in your word?
Yeah, like I'm
nah.
fucking with Mitch because he keep his word.
No, that ain't the same thing.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
Clout is the respect you get for keeping your word.
It's the respect.
It's the status you get.
It's probably a corny saying out there somewhere, but that respect thing, man, that shit, man, some shit money can't buy you out of. Or buy you into.
They say clout is influence.
I don't know, man. A lot of people got a price, depending on how much check.
Some people
cut
don't.
That check.
Some people don't have no price, boy.
Depending on what you're talking about, throw $1 billion at them.
Man.
Yeah, exactly.
You
throw
seen,
what they want. I mean, like it's always a want for something.
You've seen or you've been in enough hood situations where you've actually heard a person say, and I'm not talking about Big Perm or Big Worm on Friday. It's the principle.
Okay, check this out.
You know,
they always say, it's the principle.
I've seen you say to me before, I ain't gonna put your business out in the street.
Oh yeah,
we'll just say,
yeah,
somebody supposed to get back to you on something, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We having a conversation. Of course, you know, I'm gonna take the lighter route. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna be like, man, you know, fuck it, whatever. And you'll say, you've said this to me before.
I know.
You ain't gonna remember it. Well, you might.
I know.
Remember
I
it.
think. Yeah. Go ahead.
It's not about. You know what I'm saying? It's not about what they owe. It's the principle of the matter.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing, though. We got to the principle because the money situation was shaky. But technically, if the money right, you don't even get to the principle. You see what I'm saying? But sometimes it don't be. See what I didn't explain to you. It just might be that I want to teach that person a lesson, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna make it a principle regardless. But because I think you either you shouldn't try me like that, or you just need to be shook up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think cloud is important, Lab?
I think cloud is important. Cloud will get, like I said, cloud will probably open a lot of doors because it's part of influence. It's power, when especially in business and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Cloud is a very, very big thing. I don't know if I think cloud and money kind of go hand in hand because I think cloud and money can open the same doors just about. But the difference between cloud is that you can have clout without money. It's just a matter of you. I guess what they say, you standing on business or whatever. So you can have clout without money. I've seen a bunch of people who have clout without money, and could get people to do anything, just about anything they want to do, or
on their word,
or help on their word. So yeah, I think clout is very important, especially if you want to open doors when you don't have anything to open the door with. You get what I'm saying?
I'm not a financial guru. I'm definitely trying to like immerse myself like more. Like I was telling those on the way here. Like I'm trying to read so much more and just, you know, immerse myself in financial things. I'm getting very interested in that. And I kind of know about bankruptcy a little bit, but Phil
Chapter 13.
Phil the leader of the free world, failed businesses, ain't definitely, you know what I'm saying, you know, may not appear to be a good businessman, but he's a clout.
Well,
people are giving what he want.
Well, because he talks a good game. I don't know if it's either. So
go man, talk about it.
Talk about it. Can have a clout too. A snake oil salesman can have clout too.
Yeah.
If I come to you and talk to you and tell you everything you want to hear without you even giving me a hint, that's what you want to hear. It plays into that. Oh man, Lab said such and such. Lab said he know how to get me. He can get me, you know, 12 ovens to cook my food and get the catering going. He can get somebody to give me 4-5 trucks. I'm pouring sugar in your ear.
Yeah.
You gonna taste the rainbow. You gonna be like, okay, yeah, you know, whatever, and then before you know it, we on to something else. You done forgot about them trucks. You done forgot about the ovens. Now I'm on to something else because I done hit you with that real quick. Now I gotta bombard you with something else. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of times clout can be manipulated. I can manipulate you into thinking I have clout when I have no clout. I have no pool. I have nothing.
No money. No
So you
nothing.
flexing. So do you think that status and clout alienates or separates people?
That's a good one.
And I know it does. I can tell you how it separates some. I wouldn't necessarily say I know exactly how it can alienate, just depending on how you are, like what your attitude is, whether you want to become a hermit or like miser or something. But I really wasn't trying to put it on that particular perspective. I was meaning more of like, so if you have military status, you have rank. And so sometimes that will separate you from others. It ain't necessarily going to alienate you unless maybe you abuse the status that you have.
Right.
Or you, like y'all was saying, you using your clout or your word, but
Do you think
can't.
you'll move in the same circle?
You're not stand on business, huh?
Do you
Six
think
say
you'll
both.
move?
Six say both.
Okay. Same circle as what?
If you get the clout, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
If
I
you
see what you're
become a
saying.
specific
No,
way, you know what I'm
sometimes
saying? Are you gonna elevate your circle?
So
or
here's
you
the
gonna,
thing.
you know
Yeah,
what I'm
I
saying?
am. Because here's the thing. Like, what I've been learning is this. It's like shedding skin to be a new person. I'm looking at it like each notch and each level that I get to my goal, you have to understand if your success is up, let's just say into the millions or whatever you want to financially obtain, then automatically your average person around you isn't at that
The
level.
circle's gonna change.
So when you get to that level, you're gonna start seeing different people around you because it's gonna take different people to get you to that level.
And I'm gonna tell you why I brought that up. I was watching oh my gosh, what's the I can't even remember the comedian's name. He does impressions like really, really good. I was watching him today and he was talking about
Who? Oh, okay.
he was talking about they had a like a video of Jay-Z walking with all of these like middle aged like soccer dad kind of dudes looking like, and they were like out power walking, and he was talking about how Jay-Z was talking about how he was, you know, trying to stay in shape. And he was like, you know, mentality, you know, black man wise, we think staying in shape, we going in the gym and we, you know what I'm saying? But he out here walking the neighborhood. He had a little, like a stick in his, you know, the whole.
Yeah, he doing that grandfather shit.
You know, is it like the whole bit, you know what I'm saying, with that. And I was just like, wow, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy to hear, or, you know what I'm saying? I see a documentary every now and then with him and, you know, Emery and Tata and all them other people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now their circle is totally different. You know what I'm saying?
I say this then, with the circle that I have for my entertainment, it has changed some because I kind of transitioned a little bit from music to filming. So in these people, I like it. Like I'm meeting more and more people now. Now I'm down with Justin Jackson Skits. Shout out to him, and shout out to True for Poetic Stages. So now that's two conglomerates, and they both got groups, and I'm in them, and I'm doing some things. So that's definitely, you know what I'm saying, a change of that. Also, I was gonna say like, changing my surroundings and people in my circle when it comes to this exercising, because don't know everybody want to be BBG. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to. Like you got some people that prefer to power walk when we in that bitch jog and running. You know what I'm saying? And doing laps and miles in a certain amount of time and flipping tires and stuff over. So it's like not everybody want to get down with that. So I gotta find what my homie on the phone now, Artie, he down with that. You know what I'm saying? So my circle's changing.
When you started DJing Lab, I'm trying to figure out how I want to ask you this. When you started DJing, and definitely, you know what I'm saying, shout out to all of my homeboys that are DJs, man. Matter of fact, I'm glad I'm bringing this up because I'm about to refer
That's
you to
communication
something.
and networking.
Look, it
And
just,
Lab like money, so Lab gonna get
you know
on
what I'm
that
saying?
shit.
Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely.
Lab love money.
And
yeah.
damn, you know what?
I told you this show put you in the
crazy.
I don't chase it because I've
They
never
come to you.
advertised to DJ anywhere.
The
And people always just come to me.
craziest thing is with what this particular person is asking me for. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're probably the person
They can
that's
do this.
most equipped to do it because it's not a formal. It's not necessarily formal, you know, black people type of, you know what I'm saying? This is on some other shit, but we'll talk about that. But what I was gonna ask you was, when you started doing what you did your circle change?
Well, let me put it like this. I got married young. I got married at 17, 18. I was already in college at 16. My circle changed when I graduated out of high school. That's because I went away to college. I came down here to Morehouse then went to Morehouse for 6 months.
Okay.
Then I went to the University of Illinois, Circle campus. And the circle still changed because once I came down to Morehouse, my eyes were open to a lot more things. You know, I've always wanted to be a man of distinction, but my eyes open to a lot more things when it comes to. I think I became more militant when I went to Morehouse. I was more.
You went to Morehouse?
I was more others friendly before I went to Morehouse. After I went to Morehouse, I became more. It's like the blackness just engrossed
A little more pro.
So my circle has always been small. I've never had a big circle. Ever since I've lived in Atlanta, when I got married, had children, I never had a big circle because I always had responsibilities. So I never really had time to hang out. Never really had time. If I wasn't going to school, I was going to work. If I wasn't going to work, I was watching my children. You know what I'm saying? So then my wife was going to work. So I never really had a circle to really say that it changed because I just never was that type of guy. I never really had to. After I got to high school, I never really had to have a bunch of people around.
So he was a loner.
Right. I was always with my children or with my wife, and I was married for 25 years. So I never really had a circle to say it changed, so I can't really give you a good answer on that.
Okay.
Oh,
But
wow.
when I started
Okay.
DJing, I was young, and we were all young. But once we got out of high school, once I got out of high school before they did, a couple years before they did, and moved on, and saw my surroundings change, and saw who I was hanging out change, and maybe once I got married and had children, that whole aspect of things changed. So I can't really give you an answer on that because I really don't know. I just
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all say y'all had friends from childhood up because y'all lived in Atlanta the whole time. Like Slick, she has friends from childhood up that you know she might run into at the store. I don't have that problem because I left school so early that even if I went back to Chicago, there may be a few people that know me from school and I knew I graduated high school, but in the older years I wasn't out there like that.
So you just matured early.
Right,
Really
early
mature. You
age,
came a
yeah.
man damn near 12.
Right. I didn't have that hang out and go to
got you.
parties and stuff like that.
Damn, so
when I
you got a lot of
older.
wisdom on you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just with me, my kids were always the most important thing to me. So my life was evolved around them.
Damn.
So,
But see, it's good to see how successful you are from having that mindset at that particular age. Like you didn't let it take you under. You know what I'm saying?
right.
You didn't let your
It was a
age
roller
equal
coaster
immaturity.
ride.
Hey man, you know, but everything the righteous
Life
road is
is-
always the
life's a
hardest,
roller
bro, to
coaster
get to where you
ride.
to get all these things. That's what I'm telling my daughter now. You know what I'm saying? And me and Mitch were talking about this. I was like, man, when you get to be our age, it ain't nothing but just responsibility, man. Just money flowing in and flowing out, bro. The car got to do this, the house got to
And
do that.
listening to
All this-
Lab speak, if I'd had your mentality and shit 10, 15 years ago, I'd probably be light years ahead. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying like I regret, you know what I'm
Well,
saying?
let me put it
anything.
this way. It's some things I regret. I regret not being able to experience college like regular people. 'Cause I didn't have that. I had children. I was
You ain't missed too much.
I was in Illinois. My wife was actually here in Georgia
Mm-hmm.
going to school. So every other weekend I would come back here and stay for a couple of days. And summer I would stay. Winter break I would stay. So it wasn't like I just never had to hang out and be rah. You know what I'm saying? I had a couple of fraternities wanted me to
I can see
pledge and
that.
stuff like that, but I just wasn't. That wasn't my time. That wasn't my ministry, as they say.
Mm.
You know?
Okay, so when I go to the strip club, you want to be invited?
And I've been to strip clubs.
Okay.
It's just never been.
Yeah,
I've
that's
never-
not your thing.
First two drinks
never-
on me.
I've never seen excitement.
First two dances on
And
me.
you can call me lame or ill.
No, ain't no
No,
man.
ain't
Come
no-
on,
I've
man.
never seen
Absolutely not.
excitement.
Shit, actually
and
going there to
giving
throw your
someone
money
my
away is lame. I know,
to
yeah.
shake their ass for me and then walk away.
Oh
I'm gonna need to have
man,
an afterthought. I'm gonna need to have an after. If I'm giving you
A
100,
memory.
what's up,
I
right?
need to have a memory to go with that.
See,
Not you walking away to the next nigga with money stacked on the table.
I got you. But I told you what to do now. You
See, I
VIP
put my
this
business
thing now.
into my-
What's
I
up, Ray?
told you what to do.
Hey, and I know you. Oh, I got to take time out to talk to Ray real quick. I know you happy about Florida. See, this man right here, Florida. Yeah, go Gators, bro. All right, we'll talk a little bit later. But yeah, all right. And speaking of circles, you guys, now I'm finna get on these organizations. You know, first I'm gonna jump to, you know me, those be all on this conspiracy stuff. We're gonna go to these secret organizations, but they're really not secret, man, and they've been in existence for a long time. But the thing is, and the reason why I want to talk about this, not necessarily talk about the organizations, but name them, is because people with high-ranking status, a lot of power, a lot of money, a lot of influence are in some of these organizations. And I'm not talking about the organizations that I'm gonna get into, like the United Nations and the European Union and UNESCO, that type of stuff. Thank you. Or the ancient order of the Hibernarians, or whatever this is.
Rothschild.
Yeah, and you'd be surprised at some of the people in it. But then you got Ancient Order of United Workmen. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is like, if you have all of these particular organizations, you got the Bilderberg Group, which was founded in 1954, by the way, and that's still current. And you know what they say about the Bilderberg Group? They pretty much be handpicking the next president. So, you know, my thing is, well-known members of this, Bill Gates and Prince Charles and Bill Clinton in the Bilderberg Group. So, you know, you'd have to kind of wonder, like, how do you get in this group? What do you do?
Those are like my rabbit hole topics. Like at night, for some reason, at night, you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm up, Skull and Bones, Rothschild, I look, you know,
Masons used to be
higher. I mean, look, that's what I was just about to get to. The higher orders. I don't know a lot about them that much, but the higher orders of Masons, you know, so masonry. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, like all of that stuff.
That's
you know
status right there, though. That's the status.
And he was the guy who cut meat at the corner store in Chicago. But
he did a little bit more than that.
Status.
Probably just what you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Status.
See.
Status. They can get you indoors.
Right.
You know, regular people can't, you know, get into. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you what's even funnier about that too. You know, well, it used to be not really as much now. I'll say maybe like 10 years ago, man. I watched a lot of cartoons like on Fox, like the later night cartoons.
You watching
Archer? I was watching like Cleveland Brown, and he did a whole show on Kanye and the Illuminati. So a lot of this stuff, you know what I'm saying, you have to catch it. A lot of this stuff they put out there for you to get, but it'd be in the oddest places. Like he did a whole little thing about how the music world, you know, they got it down to the letter to what sounds so good it can, you know, transform your mind to think in certain ways, and you know how all of that works. I'm telling you, dog, it was crazy, but it was in a cartoon. And how, like, when I go back and I look at stuff, or you know what I'm saying, I'm listening to stuff, I'd be like, wow, this is the exact stuff they were talking about.
Right.
You know, the cartoon, or how they handpick entertainers too.
We got the Bohemian Club, 1872, right? But this is for presidents, musicians, and oil barons. Wow. All right, now, so check this out, though. But their mission, it says, is to escape uncivilized interests. Now, see, these missions be coded. That sounds crazy to me, to be honest with you. And it sound just like what they be doing, cohorting.
Who's the uncivilized mission? Who determines what's an uncivilized mission?
And interest at that, you know what I'm saying? But they want to escape the uncivilized interest. So what are they saying? They escape what we got going on or whatever. But now Freemasonry, which was some 1717, that's number 5, and their mission is like fraternal friendship. That sound cute. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at the well-known members and what they have done, damn, I ain't know Richard Pryor was one of them. Wow. Benjamin Franklin, Harry Houdini, Voltaire, George Washington, all that. You know, I just look at it once again. I'm gonna be like, if your status got to be secretive as far as what you're doing within this, then no, man.
Voltaire wrote a book on
that's a philosopher right now. Yeah. I know about that.
War procedures and stuff
like that. Man, like, and that's the funny thing, because although we be discussing like how a lot of society, westernized civilization, it'll take from ancient, you know what I'm saying, the Anunnaki and the Egyptians and things like that. Man, a lot of this is based off of philosophers and what they thought, and it ain't got nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying, what they found over in Africa and all that other stuff. It's based off of what they figure was moral and immoral, you know what I'm saying, the value of a human, which is why when you start getting to the Constitution, what they were starting to say, what equality was and all this. I ain't gonna get all deep into that, but you know, status, and these people be having status and to pretty much dictate how we living. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I wanna, man, I hate to, I don't want to interrupt. I want to jump way back and get both of y'all's thoughts on something. I want to jump back on something we were talking about earlier, and it was fresh on my mind then when Lab was talking about immorals or doing things immoral. Do you think, in your heart of hearts, and I don't want to get too deep in this because I got so many people that are politicians, friends that are politicians, do you think there's ever been a politician that went through the process of getting to where they get, or the time that they were in office, and did it totally on the moral side?
No.
JFK did some of it to a degree.
No, he didn't.
But hold on.
His father did. His father got him.
There's in a mob, wasn't it?
No. I'm saying what he wanted to do with the presidency, some of it was actually moral.
You need to read a little bit deeper.
I mean, okay. I mean, look, like, that's the thing. See, some of those...
It's the same thing as people saying Abraham Lincoln freed the slave. He didn't want to. He only did it because of the economic blow to the South. He wanted the South to do certain things economically, and they didn't
But
want to do it. So he said, okay,
Shawty wanted to take on some of the mob, and all right, basically just out some of these things I'm talking about. I'm for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which is why what happened to him happened to him.
Mhm.
What happens to all of those folks that go against the grain?
I don't think any politician, especially politicians, before or now, did anything as far
With a
as-
moral compass.
With a moral compass. They may have started morally, but they ended on the more immoral side.
There's no way you can move through your turn without doing something immoral.
No way.
But here's the thing.
I kind of feel you on that. Like, that's what I'm going for.
Because of these people, these shadow hands, and their money and what they want done, and then either they want that campaign, so they're gonna do that, or they don't want to deal with it at all, and you end up on the other end of something that runs.
If you want to stay in
like
office,
ballot.
I just look at it like you got to.
The difference between politicians then and now, why people love Trump so much, because he gives them the illusion that he's giving you the bullshit up front. And he's
hiding.
All right.
The best trick the devil ever pulled was to convince people he didn't exist.
So, with that being said, then if y'all saying that, then why is everybody so brainwashed with Obama? Then what?
Nobody's brainwashed.
I look, I don't even want to get into that whole subject right
So
there.
he did something immoral too.
No. He did.
Hey man, hey, know me, man. Come on, you already know where Dose will go with this shit.
It's just like others' immoral compass, and they let it go because of they on the same team.
Because the color kind of like us.
He's on our side.
Man, I don't care about that.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't be caring about that.
Yeah.
But
you can't make everybody happy, or somebody got to be on the shitty end. So yeah, that's the point I'm trying to make. You can't make everybody happy. Somebody's going to feel that you did them wrong.
Exactly. And okay, so think about it. What up, D Hill? Imagine if I had the power. You see what I'm saying? And how I'm a wield it and yield it. So other folks gonna be like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? That's wrong. He wrong. You know what I'm saying? We need not. So sometimes I'm like, I'm half and half with it, but I will say I ain't seen a moral politician.
There isn't one.
Yeah,
I've seen some try to do good deeds though, and put their life on the line.
Politician?
A few. One that I know. I mean, like, if you gonna come on, bro, like
I'll say a leader, but not a.
You
person
can
that's been
accidentally
inducted in no
stumble
office.
upon something to piss them off. To put it like this, to slap the beehive a little bit.
Yeah.
And but in your genuine nature, that accidentally shows genuineness.
I'm gonna give you this.
Mm-hmm.
What you think is he do it? That's a moral thing. Somebody else gonna think, man, that shit's immoral as hell. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Somebody's
I got you.
Feel like they're being slighted on some end of the stick just because it's political. A politician is a windy person. It's somebody that just blows smoke and air up your ass to make you
Selling
press that
pipe
button to
dreams,
vote.
huh?
Yeah, come on, man.
Any of y'all know somebody from the Knights of Columbus?
No, but
Oh, you don't?
I do not.
Mike-
Not knowingly that I
Mike Ditka was one of them.
I'ma say
What?
that. Yeah, see, you be like,
I
what?
believe
Floyd
that.
Patterson, Jeb Bush.
Floyd Patterson.
some of these
What a double entendre?
organizations are-
Like double.
Oh
meanings?
wow!
are melanated depleted.
You know what the Knights of Malta is?
No.
Well, Nelson Mandela was a member of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a secret society. Was founded to care for those making the pilgrimage to Jerusalem, regardless of religious faith, and were given the responsibility by the Pope to defend Christians going to the Holy Land. That's what it say. Frank Sinatra was one of them.
Henry Kissinger.
What's name has a secret organization? The Vatican.
Clearly, I was
sure.
going to get on that when it came to the religious. Like,
I'm sure.
you ever heard of the Great Pope? And like how much power he has, and they're no longer going to have 3 of them. How do you know this, Lab? I looked this up for this. I didn't. You know this shit? Like, yeah, you late.
But it's another group that's actually Opus Dei.
But here's the thing, and that's probably going to be in here. But how do they get that much status and power, bro? I know they born into it though. That is
Yeah,
bloodline.
born.
That, I
So
say that.
bloodline.
You just said Opus
But you're
D.
talking
That's
about-
1928. You said Opus
And-
D,
and
right?
I ain't trying to
Yeah,
be
I
funny.
see that. That's 1928.
I think Dose, man, he was kind of trying to allude when he was saying how did they get into it, like are they
But you know, a lot of them
been-
are born into
No. That's the Hollywood in the industry with that. That ain't this right here.
So why
This-
why they messing with the kids and all that stuff?
Oh well, hey man, I don't know nothing about that. I don't want to bring that up right now. That's crazy.
Okay,
But I will say the
I'm
Ku
just
Klux
saying.
Klan is one of them,
Mhm.
and
Oh man, don't nobody care about that. I don't.
but it's been in existence since 1866. And to believe it or not, that kind of like, to be honest, if you look at the history of it, it seemed like it started from like disband the cops. Like,
Well, actually,
Police
it started as a social club.
okay,
1820, 1821. It started as a social club in Ohio, I think,
Mhm.
and then it just transferred over when enslaved.
Founded by the Confederate Army officer.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, because
That was way later down the line,
Yeah,
right there.
it was way before that.
1870s. After
It would have been around that time, I would think.
Well,
1866 is when it was founded. That's what it say.
that's a long ass time.
I think it was founded before that because they
Damn,
started as a
before
social
that.
club. It started as a social club, like just
Mhm.
guys like I was police, just blue collar guys, just getting together, working,
Mhm.
drinking and whatever. And then it turned to that a few years later. So I want to say it was earlier, like 1840 or 1850, but I can't know exactly the same day. So we're gonna go with what you said.
So, with that Opus Dei, whatever you call it, founded in 1928, like, how you gonna say your mission is working for love and finding God? But as you were saying, you know what I'm saying, Mitch, we already know, you know what I'm saying, what they have been doing.
They do extreme things to find out. When they do something wrong, they whoop themselves.
Oh. So damn near like going
The
to an
Pope-
exorcism to find God.
Like the
almost.
popes do.
But you should that
Oh, obviously.
But they do that like when they do something wrong because they say that the pain brings them closer to God.
I see what you're saying. No, it don't. You come on, man. I get what you're saying. So, the Order of Templi Orientis, whatever that is. Now, this is something that is current today. It's founded, they say, early 20th century. The Law of Thelema. So, this is pretty much what you see a lot of these Hollywood people doing,
Oh, okay.
because this is founded by
Horse
Aleister
heads
Crowley.
And when horse heads and
Yeah, the
Yes, and
Baphomet
stuff
and
to
all that other
parties.
stuff, doing all them signals,
Drinking
and,
blood.
and putting the hand over your eye and all this other stuff. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's when you know what I'm
The
saying.
all-seeing eye,
And they be pledging and doing all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
throwing up the
Um,
rock. It's the rock.
What is what it say? What Rosicrucians?
Christians or whatever this is.
I don't even know how to pronounce half of this crap. You know what I'm saying? Rosicrucians or whatever. But the early 17th century, seekers of esoteric knowledge.
All right, now you can get crazy with esoteric knowledge. I used to like reading into the esoteric stuff, but as far as trying to apply it now, you start getting into alchemy and all these other different things. And that's see Isaac Newton, Thomas Paine, Benjamin Franklin, Walt Disney. You see where I'm going with this? Napoleon,
Bonaparte.
exactly. They are well-known members of this.
and you kind of know, I know the backstory behind
At
it.
least two of them.
Yeah.
So
But they've had secret societies since ever.
the Scrolling Key,
Seven Society, all of this. But I say that to say it's a lot of people, like I say, that are politicians.
if I name things like I say, the United Nations, the Doctors Without Borders, European Union, UNESCO, International Monetary Fund, World Bank, and NATO, these type of people, it's people like
We ain't
that I
gonna,
just named that's in these
we
type
ain't
of
gonna have
organizations as
time
well.
to get into it, and it's a whole nother can of worms. But just look at the divine
I'm
eye.
giving you one that was started back in 1099. Priory of Sun.
Okay.
What the hell was
started
they
back in
doing?
1099.
Okay, now
Almost,
what did you keep? What were they keeping a secret back then?
Da Vinci was a part of it.
Mm.
Michelangelo.
Oh yeah, I see. I see.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
But I mean, on that same, and like I said, it's too much of a can of worms to open. But look at the fraternities and sororities in schools, man. If it's on your application, look where it might
It
get.
opens doors when you have it on your application.
You know, it's clout, man. It's
A
clout.
degree gives you some status.
A
Doctors.
degree
With some letters
grant
behind
on
it.
it gets you a lot more status.
more.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, see,
Most
okay.
definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know,
I've never really needed
Let me tell you something. I did something one time. Don't allow me to cut you off.
no, you good.
I knew the sound, the signal that they would give for a certain fraternity, and I just threw it up one time, going somewhere, and the guy was like, "Oh, come." And I got right in the door free of charge, everything. Me and my ex-wife.
wow, man,
I was
you
just
know.
playing around.
There be them hand signals and them handshakes.
Yeah.
It's secret. I mean, in that, yeah. So, I mean, on that behalf, man, I mean, sometimes it feels good, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of times I'm like, okay, man, so what? You got me through the front of the line for me to go drink some liquor, smoking, halfway kill, unalive myself or whatever. So, I mean, you know, I didn't.
It's what
I
you
don't-
make it.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, man. You know what I'm saying? I want the status where I can get things done for people that's positive.
Yeah, like I said,
know, I don't wanna
use your
abuse nothing.
superpowers for good, man.
Yeah, that's
You
what
know?
we're gonna do.
Use your superpowers for good, brother.
Like I say, until my good listeners start doing right, we'll introduce back the, you know what I'm saying, the word of the days, the snacks of the days, and all that other stuff, man. But y'all gonna get the BBG, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna get them updates because we're still doing that, and yeah, I'm still snacking around and all that. D Hill, man, we're gonna end up having to get up on one of these exercise sessions because I see you be posting your running, and you got the Black Pope is the power holder. I see. Okay, he wanted to chime in before we get ready to get up out of here, man. Love Doc, man, you got anything slick for these women for me?
Oh man, just a little word, man, from the Love Doctor, man. You know, love when you're ready, man, not when you're lonely. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I've seen
Good.
a lot of people, man, jumping into stuff right after they get out of stuff, and it's for the wrong reasons, man. So, you know, love when you're ready, not when you're lonely.
Can the Love Doctor plus 2 adds up to it.
Yeah,
do
no,
your
I got
thing.
some too. So yeah, we're gonna do. Yeah, you add some because I got some.
The
But
whole
loving when you horny is okay.
Man. Well, damn, man.
Okay, so
I was just gonna say, man, like, notice people. You know what I'm saying? When, like, to the women and the men, man. If you into someone,
if they ain't always on point necessarily with the finances, or they not necessarily, you know what I'm saying? Like,
just still notice them, like, because there's a lot of people that actually got on the glow up. They got goals. They on the way up. You know what I'm saying? They're not just capping with you. You notice them because guess what? When they get to that goal, they may not notice you.
Oh.
There we go.
Miss
All
Bishop, I said, love when you ready, not when you lonely is a testimony in itself.
Yeah, you sounded like gigolos need love too. Like you was on
Right,
that damn what's the name of the group for me? Mars Day in Time. All right, yep. But hey, man, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. We had a good one. We're gonna be back next week.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. And we'll see y'all
I'm
next
out.
Monday.
Yeah. Grams leaders CCs, pounds. Close gap, close call, close encounter, close up, pounds of leaders of grams, get your dosed up, cut this up, host up, and get dosed up. This for them voted like the movement, make the most of. Monday night at 8, I can't wait to set you straight. These opinions and debates, for them folk they can't relate. I gotta elevate your mind through these signs of the time. Dishing out that medication for that deaf, dumb and blind. And I ain't hard to find, you can catch me in them trenches. I do the groundwork and I ain't waiting on no sense. I be touching on them topics politicians fail to mention. And I don't vote for nobody that ain't got good intentions. I'm relentless for my people and I'm here to make a change. I got that true serum hooked directly to your vein. Hey, this is for my people, tune in, catch it close up, close up, close up. Now close up, grams of it, tune in, liters of it, close up, pounds of it. Pounds of it, yeah, grams of it, liters up, pounds, get your dosed up.